You were going on 2 straight Wednesday practices that weren't ideal. So how did this one go?
Much better today. Yesterday was actually our best Tuesday of the year. It was our fastest practice of the entire season. You know, we can measure all the data through our catapult system. So I think our guys have had a great attitude this week. And doesn't mean there's not things to correct, but I think the attitude of the team has been outstanding this week.
Talk about Virginia Tech a little bit, the sort of challenge they pose on both sides of the ball, because, I mean, you don't get the same team, like you said, you don't get the same team every week just because they got killed by Duke. Doesn't mean this is going to be a team that's, not really, really dangerous.
Correct. And even when you look at the Duke game, Duke had 5 yards after the first quarter. So you're talking about a defense that historically with Bud Foster, they're going to make everything difficult for you. They're going to surround your running game with numbers to make it very hard for there to be any open grass to find holes. And then they're going to challenge you on all the throws, and they're going to force you to push the ball into throws that take longer to develop, and that's why their sack numbers are very good, and that's always been a staple. They've always been a high pressure unit. They take away what's easy to do. Offensively, obviously, they've been having their struggles getting their running game going, but they still have a very dynamic run game in terms of the things that they present to you. In terms of 2-back runs, 1-back runs, a lot of motion to try to get your eyes in the wrong spot, and then quarterback run game, which really has not been a major part of the offense that we've seen so far this year. So we have to make sure we're geared up for that.
Do you know what to expect this? Well, probably don't know what to expect as far as quarterbacks go, because they're playing a couple of.
We don't, but because we've gone against them now for going on 4 years, and they've rolled different styles of quarterback. You get a broad understanding of at least who they are and what they want to do, and the idea of their playbook, you know what I mean, which obviously they can tailor to whichever quarterback's in the game, so you have a chance to practice against what you would expect.
We talked to Mike Harley yesterday, and one thing he noted was how they like to play a lot of man, and South Florida athletes do like to go man to man. Is there something to that with the your guys getting a chance to try to win those one-on-one matchups? It
is, yeah. It is for sure a one-on-one game. Like I said, they're going to challenge everything, and you have to win in a manner again where. It's not summer camp. You can make 16 moves, because you'll wonder why the ball's not being thrown. So when you have a chance, you've got to be crisp on your route, and you got to run hard cuts against them. You can't round breaks, and just all the techniques that they're taught really from the first day of training camp.
And there's some stats, but basically on first and second down, the offense has been as good as pretty much anyone in the country. Third down, though, toward the bottom. Is there anything you guys, is there anything, first of all, just to that? And is there, specific ways you kind of focus on third down offense, or is it just about the whole offense?
Well, there's a couple things. One of the great things we're doing on third down is we're avoiding it. We're 8th in the country in avoiding third down, which is the best third down offense there is to not have third down. But when we're in third down, we're towards the bottom in average distance to go. So part of our percentage not being very good is we're in a low percentage down in distance when we do get the third down. So part of it, again, is the plan is to continue to avoid third down. When we get into third down, try to avoid third and one. I know this is mindless stuff that all coaches say, but there's still a manner in terms of how you do it. And then when you get into third downs, third down is for me, third down is a manner of winning your one-on-one matchup. Whether that's one-on-one on a pass rush or one-on-one on a route, getting down the field, or one-on-one going through your reads and understanding, who you have to beat with your eyes as a quarterback. So I think as we continue to improve who our ones are on offense, if that makes sense, I think as we get better at what we're doing, I think our third down offense will continue to grow. And it's something that we practice all the time. It's a major point of emphasis today. We probably spent over 20 minutes just on third down today in practice, probably 25 minutes. So it's getting worked on.
Dan Enos mentioned on Monday that there was some shuffling with the offensive line over the bye week. Do you feel comfortable with the group that you had going since North Carolina with Jakai at right guard and DJ at right guard?
I do.
Yeah.
And that still doesn't mean that there's – I think what we're getting to is I think more guys can go into the game without that having to be, oh, no, we're mad at somebody. That guys are raising their level to just being, in essence, starter quality. But I keep going back to the same thing. Many of us had a bad performance last game, which with our recency bias is all we tend to focus on. And again, as I mentioned, if you compared the way our offensive line blocked up North Carolina and compared the way Clemson's offensive line blocked up North Carolina, now, does that mean we're better than Clemson's? No, of course not. They had a bad performance probably too by their standard. It just shows you again that when you play a game, you try to play your best. Sometimes it doesn't happen. You get back in, you work on it the course of the week, you get another chance to prove yourself the next Saturday.
Dan,
Is
some more
Jakai-
questions for Coach.
I just want to know online, is Jakai helping? You had said something about his ankle was hurt.
Yeah, that was a tweak during the game. No, he's practiced every day since. Yeah.
Hey, Manny, I want to ask you about Lorenzo Lingard because is there a concerted plan to like get him into this game, or because you have two backs that have him on the depth chart, like is there a plan? I guess that he'll play this week essentially.
We're hoping so. Yeah, but part of that is him understanding what to do. You can't account for the lack of missed reps, right? And because this is not like just run right, run left, in terms of whether it's pass protection or where to get aligned and how to do those type of things. And and that's when when you miss scrimmages, and unfortunately had a chance to miss the Bethune game. There's no one here that he's not doing anything wrong. He's just developing as a player, and sometimes you have to separate again what we feel about a player in recruiting as opposed to their natural development when they get on this campus. And so to me, I think Lowe's a guy that we think has a great future. He knows he's getting better and better. He knows he's getting more comfortable with his knee, and a guy that get more of a role for him.
How do you convince him?
I want to ask about Zion too, because Dan said that he's been getting beat off the ball a little bit. Has he improved in that regard over the past 2 weeks? And what can be done to fix that?
He's just to play. You just got to play. I mean, you're talking about a true freshman playing left tackle. Give me a history of that. I'm watching again, like I mentioned the other day. I'm watching Shaq and Pickney in 2016 up in Blacksburg in Game 8. Like running around like chickens with their head cut off. It's just very difficult. Virginia Tech is just like us now. They got two freshmen starting their offensive line. You think about the two teams now. These are two programs that when Coach Rick was hired and when Coach Fuente was hired, this would be that senior class, right? You're talking about very, very young players. So you just develop those guys, you get them in the game, but every rep matters, and all these guys are getting better. Zion, no different. So to me, it's all a part of just you get to the game with what you got, and like I keep mentioning, you try to get it better and better and better. The thing I love about Zion is Zion competes, man. You know what I mean? He doesn't flinch, he doesn't blink, and he gets back in there and he competes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Lorenzo, when you were talking about Lorenzo Lingard, how do you, the kids, to us, how do you convince them with all the social media and some rude people saying, oh man, you need to transfer and all this stuff, and it's out there. Did you talk to them about it?
We talk to our players about that all the time because everybody knows what's best. Everybody knows what's best for not just for Lowe, but for all of our guys. And we talk about being in the now, controlling what you can control, which is right now, right here. There's nowhere you can go right now. You can't transfer in September or October. There's nowhere to go. You have to be here right now. So be where you are. And we tell all of our guys is be the best you. There's something you can do to improve in terms of who you are, whatever role you have on the football team. So focus on what is real, what is actually in your control, and just control that. Okay. Thank you.